I've been able to do these three simple little things every single day since January 1st. That's a winning streak. And I got to tell you, I feel freaking amazing and I feel optimistic and I feel full of energy and I feel really excited, even though I am currently in one of the toughest times of my life. This is one of the most difficult times that I've ever faced career-wise, but I've never felt better and had more energy.
Welcome, everybody, to the Chris Harder Show, where we are making you unapologetic about your pursuit of success, knowing that when good people like you make good money, they can then do great things. My name is Chris Harder, and several times per week, I will bring you epic guests, solo episodes, and every single tool, trick, and skill set you need to grow your business, grow your money mindset, and to grow your wealth to levels that you have never reached before. I've ended up in a unique place in life where I've got the experience, the connections, and all of the secrets that it takes to be successful. And I'm lifting the curtain to reveal it all to you in an effort to help put you in a position of abundance so great that you can then be as generous as possible. So let's lock arms and let's get started.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chris Harder Show, where today I'm grateful that it is a brand new year. Good riddance 2025. I have had a really couple of challenging years in a row, business-wise, many other things-wise, health-wise, tore my bicep, tore my shoulder, had to have surgery, had that stroke the year before that leaked over into 2025, just all sorts of things. So good riddance 2025. I am excited about 2026, and that is what we're going to talk about is, do you make big changes? Do you make little changes? How do you make sure you have a better 2026 than you did 2025? And this is even if you had a good 2025. Like the goal should be, how do I get a little bit better than I was yesterday? I mean, heck, when I wake Lori up every single morning, I wake her up to, I am happier, healthier, wealthier, and more fit than I was yesterday. That's the mantra that I say to her. I'm happier, healthier, wealthier, more fit than I was yesterday. And the whole point of saying that every morning is, I don't have to take a giant leap. I don't have to set a record today. I just have to be a little better than I was yesterday. And in this case, this year has to be a little bit better than what last year was, because last year was a little bit better than the year before that, thankfully. Now, these incremental changes come from the small steps you take, compounded over a long period of time, way more than they do radical changes. And here's why. Radical changes, number one, are typically intimidating, so you tend to not follow through with even starting them. You'll plan on it, you'll make it a goal, but you won't even start it. Or you start it and you don't stick with it because it was so radical, it was too much of a disruption. It was a disruption to you or to your family or to your spouse or to your friend group or to your business. And so we make these radical changes that we're going to make, except we don't stick to them because they are too radical. And when I look at my highest performing friends, and when I look at my own past 48 years, my best years were because I did a few simple things better than I did the year before or differently than I did the year before, but they were so simple I stuck to them. So let me tell you exactly how I started January 1st, exactly how I started my New Year's Day. I woke up, slept in a little bit that day till like 7:30, and got the dogs fed, got my coffee. All of that was the same as every day and every year. But the first thing that I did differently was when I was done with my coffee, I went into the bathroom where we keep all of our peptides in a little fridge there. And I started a brand new peptide routine. And I'm on a mix of different brand new peptides that my concierge doctor has put me on. And I can already, just a handful of days in, feel a radical difference in my energy, a radical difference in how I feel, a radical difference in my perspective, a radical difference in my brain performance, a radical difference in everything. Now, I know you're going to DM me. You're going to say, what are you taking? What are you taking? I'm not ready to share the whole stack of what I'm taking yet until I know that I really, really like it long term. But the key is this. It was so simple. Had my coffee, went into the bathroom, gave myself a couple little shots. Don't worry, they don't hurt. And the payoff so far has been immediate. Now, if this sticks around, that one little change, an extra 2 or 3 minutes out of my morning, right? Remember, the small things stick, the big things don't. So an extra 2 or 3 minutes in the bathroom in the morning, if it changes my life this much, think of the compounding effect that'll have. More energy, sharper thoughts, that leads to better business, better sales, getting things done quicker. And the compounding effect of that is going to be awesome in 2026. So I woke up January 1st, right? First small change I made was went and started this peptide routine. Second small change I made, I used to journal, and I used to journal really well. But I noticed every time I stopped my habit of journaling, it would be because I stopped bringing the journal when I traveled, or I would lose it, or it'd be across the room and I didn't feel like getting up and getting it. Like really dumb things would get in the way. But what is the one thing, sadly, that I always have in my hand? My phone. And so I said, I want to get back to journaling, but I'm going to journal on my phone. So I looked through all the available journals and I picked one that was just really simple. There's so many with bells and whistles and AI and all this shit. But the problem is, remember, the big things don't follow through. The little things do. So I looked for the simplest one, put in my prompts, and took 10 minutes to answer the prompts. What am I grateful for today? What am I excited to build right now? What am I going to do better than I did yesterday? And guess what? The prompts will probably change over time, but they're simple. 3 little questions. I can get that done. If it's 30 questions, I wouldn't do it. Remember, the big things you don't follow through with long-term, the little things you will. So now I've done 2 little things differently on the first day of the year. Started a new peptide routine, took 10 minutes to journal. And I made it easy and the likelihood of my success higher by journaling on my phone, not in a notebook. The third thing I did, I got my tail to the gym. Now, that is not new. I've had a great fitness routine. I love going to the gym. But it was more of a demonstration that on New Year's Day, I'm going to keep doing the things that are working in addition to doing a few new things that'll help it work better. So I went to the gym, I crushed my workout, and I got back and I did a third new little thing. I meditated. I did a 10-minute prayer and meditation, but it was so good. It was so intentional. It was just 10 minutes. And I did it when it was convenient for me. When I got back from the gym, had just finished my shake. I'm like, all right, now put on the music, do this 10-minute little meditation. Now, I've been on meditation streaks in the past, and they've always served me really, really well. Why have they fallen off? Honestly, I don't know, but it feels good to be back to it. And it's one of those simple things that, God, when I was done, I felt great, like I could run through a wall, confident, excited. So now these are 3 little things that are new, but simple, but will have a profound compounding effect. Peptide routine takes 2 to 3 minutes. Meditation takes 10 minutes. Journaling takes 5 to 10 minutes. And I didn't put them all together, because the problem is, if I did, now that's 25 minutes and I'm going to say, oh, I don't have time for this half hour today, so I'm just not going to do it at all. You can't set it up so that it's like, oh, here's my 25 or 30 minute stretch where I do all these great habits in a row, because you don't see them as 5 and 10 minute habits. You see them as a 30-minute habit, and then you're either doing it or you're not. Another little hack to make these things small things with big effects, not to make it all into one big thing. So I split it up. Now, I've been able to do these 3 simple little things every single day since January 1st. That's a winning streak. And I got to tell you, I feel freaking amazing, and I feel optimistic, and I feel full of energy, and I feel really excited, even though I am currently in one of the toughest times of my life. We're launching Frello right now in first quarter. The planning and work that goes into that is insane. We finished development on Frello, but still are making a few tweaks. Lori and I are growing our personal brands more seriously than ever right now. We're making big changes that you'll see coming, etc. So this is one of the most difficult times that I've ever faced career-wise, but I've never felt better and had more energy. And this is new. In the past, when I'd go through these really stressful times or work extra hard, I'd be tired. I'd have no energy. I'd be draining. But as a result of these 3 little things that are going to be easy to stick to, because I'm going to keep them as 3 separate little things, I'm not going to lump them into one big thing where, oh, I've got the half hour or I don't. By keeping them 3 simple little things, I will always have time for them. They will never feel intimidating to do. And damn it, I'm going to do a podcast at the end of the year telling you I stuck to these 3 little fucking things and I'm so proud of it. And here's the difference that it made in my life, in my business, in my finances, in my relationship, in everything. So what are going to be your 2 or 3 little things? Not what's your one giant thing, not what is your 2-hour long routine, not what is the big scary thing. No, what are the 2 or 3 little simple, god dang, these are easy things that'll have a compounding effect over the course of a year? What are yours going to be? I'd love to know. Shoot me a DM and let me know. Also, the elite level mastermind, now that we're going into January, is almost full. We are over 2/3 full. We're almost 70% full. So this means if you want to be a part of our highest touch 1-year container for our highest performers in our audience, 7 and 8 figure businesses, even though you're allowed to apply for it, as long as your business is going to earn 500K or more, little life hack there, always be the person who is earning the least in a big high performing room. So if you're earning over $500,000 a year, especially if you're a 7 or 8 figure earner, and if you want a quarterly strategy session with me, unlimited texting access to Lori and I as you need us Monday through Friday, 2 3.5-day business retreats where we bring in our highest performing friends to teach, lift the curtain on what they're doing, plus make sure that you're learning, collaborating with, and forming a relationship with the other high performers in the room better than anyone else does. A bonus 3rd trip that's totally optional. We're adding more FaceTime this year. If you want a monthly call with everybody where we're problem solving your challenges. I mean, I could go on and on and on. If you basically said, Chris and Lori, I want to lock arms with you and the smartest people in your audience for 1 year, and the highest performers in your audience for 1 year, that's this program, our Elite Entrepreneur Mastermind. But over 2/3 full now. We got about a month left of seeing who's going to get those last few spots. Rush over right now that we're at the end of the episode to chrisharder.me/mastermind and fill out your app. If you're going to make over 500 grand this year, go over to chrisharder.me/mastermind. That's chrisharder.me/mastermind and fill out that app. You and I will jump on Zoom and we'll see if it's a great fit both ways. Oh, we've had awesome people join this year though. People that have sold big companies, people that are making over $1 million a month, people that sold a 9-figure company. We've got 2 people from Europe join. It's just awesome. You're not going to believe how high performing this group is. So if you're going to make over 500 grand, go over to chrisharder.me/mastermind, fill out that app, and we'll jump on Zoom right away. If you do that or if you don't, please, for the love of God, pick your 2 or 3 little things that you're going to stick to this year. Small things that will have a big, profound effect. Send me a DM so I can hold you accountable. And let's freaking go. I love you. Happy New Year. Let's go.
Thanks for listening. And if you loved this episode and know of someone else who is as successful as they are generous, please pass them on to me. It would mean the world to me if you help me get this cause and this message out to as many listeners as I can. So please, if you liked what you heard, it goes a long way if you take 30 seconds and leave me a 5-star review and share this with your friends. I'll be forever grateful. And until the next episode, cheers to your success.